I've always equated feelings with getting caught. They both get in the way of my money. Unfortunately, not everyone is as committed to their work as I am. An old associate of mine, Basso the boxman, wants to marry Lady Rumford's chambermaid, Genevieve, and live happily ever after. Guess prison life spoiled his taste for thievery. Too bad for Basso that Lady Rumford has other plans. Marriage would void Genevieve's indentured service contract, so Rumford is keeping her confined in the estate with the rest of her worldly possessions. Basso has asked for my assistance on getting her out, since infiltration is my specialty. I make it a policy never to take a job so sentimental, but the Rumford Manor could be a lucrative opportunity for a man like me. It would also mean that Basso would owe me a favor, and in this line of work you can never have too many of those. I'll sneak in after dark and clear a path for Basso so he can rescue his damsel in distress. Along the way, I'll pick up a few souvenirs for the local pawn shops. That should make all this aggravation worthwhile. Otherwise, I'll make Basso wish he was still rotting in Crag's Cleft. This proves it. Going legit is more trouble than it's worth.
I saw something.
I sprung the lock on the side door for you, Garrett. It's the only good way in.
Good thing the butler's out for the night. He left his lights on. This hallway is too well lit. Better put a water arrow into that torch.
Damn torches. Always sputtering out.
Well, don't just make tap over it. Light it up.
I lost my tinderbox. Oh, why don't you do it?
I ain't the one that's complaining, am I now?
Huh.
Another guard up ahead. Time to knock him out while his back is turned.
Not true at all.
Well, that's her door. Guess Basso can open it. He's not much of a sneak, but he can sure handle a lock.
Nothing ever happens on this job.
Basso!
Shh, come with me.
Business has been kind of slow these days, thanks to Sheriff Gorman Truart. He's been coming down hard on my competition and anyone else he deems unlawful. I've been playing it safe by keeping a low profile, but as my landlord recently reminded me, the rent is late. He says he's going to pay me a visit tomorrow to collect, so I'll have to go amateur for some quick cash. The warehouses by the docks should fit the bill. In addition to the usual shipping traffic, there's also a small smuggling operation sponsored by the local underground. Not too many guards, lots of dark corners, and several points of entry should make this job painless and profitable. Maybe I'll even have something left over for myself once the rent is paid. Wasn't that long ago that I was planning on my retirement. Now the only thing that's getting retired is my standards. If things get any worse, I'll have to go back to picking pockets in the streets.
How's it going? Good watch.
I hear Captain Davidson came into port about 4 hours ago.
That's what I heard. I hope that dirty smuggler brought us some spice. There's none to be found anywhere within this cursed city anymore.
I know what you mean. I used to grow my own spice, as well as fruits and vegetables, but all my crops died months ago and won't grow back no matter what I try.
It's as if all the plant life in the city up and died. Have you noticed that all the trees in Eastport are wilted and dead?
Maybe Davidson will smuggle in trees next. I don't know where he's getting the spice from, but his prices are steep. He's quickly becoming a rich man.
You must be Uriel. Well, you're late. I thought I made it clear to you hammers that I don't like to be kept waiting.
Be thankful I treat with thee at all, unbeliever. 'Tis late, and I seek to finish here quickly that I may return to my brethren.
Well, my cranky friend, head this way and I'll show you to your shipment. You know, you hammers used to bring a lot of money my way, but I haven't seen you around lately.
I require but a fourth part of mine usual order. 'Tis all we are needful of, for our numbers have fallen since the rise of the accursed heretics.
Heretics? You mean the mechanists, right?
Speak not that accursed name to me. They follow not the way of the Master Builder, but a false prophet who twists holy scripture to his own selfish desire. Nay, worse still, those infidels would raise his lies to the level of holy word.
I've been hearing a lot about them lately. Don't know what to think of them yet, but seems like they've got plans to improve the city. making life better for people like me, which is more than you hammers ever did.
The heretics are naught but a trial for the faithful of the Builder. They know nothing of devotion, of faith, of craftsmanship, of skill, and blindly follow the path of lies, greed, and deception. Markest thou my warning? At the forge of the Master Builder, he will separate steel from dross, and those who follow falsehoods instead of faith will be forever cast aside.
Yeah, whatever you say. Let's just go and finish up our business.
This place looks like an inventor's shop. There's probably a valuable gadget or two around here. Creepy.
Evening, Dante. You look exhausted. You should get some sleep.
I remember what it was like to sleep. Boss left this morning and put me in charge of unloading and cataloging all the incoming shipments for the mechanists. Every single bloody thing they order is made out of metal. I've been lifting heavy crates all day long, and I think my back is about to break.
Bunch of taffers in this city. I live near Dayport, and I used to have a nice view of the mountains. I used to watch the sunrise with my wife every morning. But now, that metal monstrosity casts a permanent shadow over my house.
Oh, the Mechanist Tower, you mean? The city has certainly changed over the last year. A lot of that's because of the Mechanists. I was in Dayport just last week. All the trees are gone, and there are giant chimneys spewing out foul soot.
My whole neighborhood stinks of that blackened air. My house used to be white, but now it's gone gray with that smudge. And my son coughs constantly.
Well, there's more to the Mechanists than just factories. While I was in Dayport, I had to stop by the Mechanist Tower to pick up a payment. I couldn't believe what I saw. They had these mechanical faces that watched me and sent shivers down my spine, I tell you.
Yeah, I know all about those metal watchers. They installed some here in the Building B the other day. I heard they plan on replacing us guards with them because they don't need to give them pay at the end of the week. I heard rumors that we're all going to be fired. If that's true, then I'll have to live in the woods, like a pagan.
Hello? Who's there?
Anybody home? That pays the rent.
Must be one of them brothers again.
Better stick to the shadows here. If they see me, I'm in trouble.
Used to be birds, singing in the morning and waking you up, singing at night looking for girl birds to meet up with. Just don't hear.
Interesting.
It's curtain time for you, thief! Fight me like a man, you sneak!
Last night, an unusual opportunity knocked on my door. Naturally, I was a little suspicious, but my visitor said the job was too sensitive to go through the usual channels. He claimed that an old contact of mine told him where to find me. I was about to ask him who our mutual friend was when he managed to distract me. The job is to break into Shoalsgate Station, headquarters of the City Watch, and quietly frame a certain Lieutenant Hagen for robbing the evidence vault. Hagen is Sheriff Truart's number 2 man, and has no doubt made life difficult for someone he shouldn't have. My unusually resourceful employer has given me all the information I need to pull this off, including a very detailed map of the building. All I have to do is choose a way in, plan my route, and get back out, without alerting the bulls. I realize that breaking into Shoalsgate is like looking down a burrick's mouth with a lit match, but it would pay me enough to lay low for a while, and it doesn't hurt to be giving the police some dirty laundry to deal with either. Besides, with my luck, if I don't take this job, I could end up in there anyway.
The Watcher is ready and operational. Now 'twill activate the alarm whenever an intruder doth approach.
How does it know the difference between us and an intruder?
To find the answer to that question, thou must attend the Mechanist Seminary and join our order. The wisdom of Karras is not for the eyes of the common man.
What about maintenance for all these contraptions?
Thy sheriff did insist that all information for thy security systems be left in the care of Lieutenant Hagen. Instructions are locked in thy secure records area.
What secure area?
The sheriff requested us to construct a records hall that only he and his lieutenants may view. 'Tis no doubt to keep them from the eyes of incompetents such as thee. Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing.
This looks like the way in.
Okay, let's take it from the top. What happened?
Well, my servant Genevieve is missing. Now, she had no reason to run away. I treated her like my own daughter. Who will take care of me now?
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt, but you're drifting off the subject again. Just stick to the facts, please.
Are you going to help me or not? I'll have you know, I am a personal friend of Father Karras. He has a great deal of influence, you know. Where do you think all your fancy new devices came from? I doubt he would be pleased to find out you are neglecting to help one of his friends.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of your problem as quickly as I can. The sooner we're done here, the sooner we can start looking for your servant. Why don't you calm down and collect yourself while I go over what we have so far?
I'm sorry, officer. Thank you.
hidden entrance.
If I stick close to the walls, I have a chance of not being seen.
How come we gotta pull guard duty? Couldn't the mechanist just put more of those mechanical eyes around the place?
Because we can't be shut off as easily, you taffer.
Oh! At least it's better than sitting watch for the downwinders.
Damn right. No smell of sewage, no mildew, fewer rats.
You ever wonder why Truart hired us?
Not really. Probably figured we'd spend less time breaking the law since we'd be enforcing it. Gold is gold. Don't matter if it's coming from Reuben or Sheriff Truart.
Let's see what I can use against our Lieutenant Hagen. You've got to be kidding me. This can't be open now.
So dull. Just patrol around in circles.
You rather be sweeping streets again?
At least then I was meeting people.
Yeah, but the wrong kind of people.
Boring, boring, boring.
Got it. Since I'm in here, I might as well pick up something for myself. I love it when money falls into my lap.
Something there.
Seems like the consequences of my occupation have finally caught up with me. I went to the Crippled Burrick pub to meet Sammy about unloading some merchandise. The smell of ale and smoke from the place wasn't enough to cover up the stench of an ambush. A couple of watch officers were there waiting for me. Judging by the look on Sammy's face, I'd say he sold me out. They didn't seem interested in bringing me in either. The Bluecoats were looking for swift justice. Fortunately, I always have an ace up my sleeve. I better get back to my place fast and try to figure out what to do next. I just have to get past these guys and the rest of the city's finest out on patrol.
By order of the Council of the Keepers, you must come with us. Garrett, be reasonable. Logic dictates...
Leave.
But we must...
Now!
Has your wealth of knowledge grown so vast that you've lost all hunger for more? Is there no more trust between us then?
Let's make this fast.
My hand is copper, my brow is lead. Suffer me in a red patina swept along in a molten flow to a sad eternity. My stride interrupted, my thoughts untimed. My tears are become drops of silver that shatter the crystalline fern. I plead the wind to sweep us away.
Nice poem.
Not poetry, prophecy. The Metal Age is upon us.
I picked the gilded apple from the iron tree. I wipe the rust from my brow.
Iron trees? Not in my part of town.
Find the humor if you must. But can you tell me truly, Garrett, are there any trees in your part of town? I will answer for you. There are not.
Destiny and danger are still focused on the one, the renegade who is both brethren and betrayer.
Well, you got the danger part right anyway. Tell you what, you keepers can plant a few shrubs about town and I'll take care of me. I'll find my own way home.
You're a fool! Do you not understand what is at stake?
Did you not hear the interpreter's words?
Yes, Keeper Orland, he has heard. Do not despair. Let me go after him, alone. Not to persuade, but to leave the door open between us. One more moment, if you will, Garrett.
One moment.
You have trouble, my friend. Danger from someone who hired Truart to kill you.
Yes?
Then take this. The sooner you are done with your business, the sooner you will help us.
Don't count on it.
My heart it ceases, my breath undrawn, my eyes forever focused
on the sanguine metal
dawn.
I headed back to my safe house and kept thinking about the letter. I know they're trying to manipulate me, but keepers never alter the truth. Just keep it in the shadows. Besides, it's not like I got a lot of leads anyway.
If you seek the private knowledge of the sheriff, go to the Eastport Mechanist Seminary tomorrow night. With stealthy discretion, overhear what you may at a certain very timely meeting.
Looks like I have something useful to learn from a seminary for a change. There are 2 open towers and some back doors which might be helpful for getting in. The catacombs below the church could be another way in, but I'd rather not tread where the dead sleep. The meeting will most likely take place in some sort of conference hall. There's no guarantee that I'll even be able to get inside, but all I need to do is get close enough to listen at the door. I better pull this off quickly and find a new hideout before the bulldogs get my scent. This situation does have one advantage. Things can't get any worse. Who could hire someone like the sheriff to kill me?
Someone be there and bespeak thyself. I tell thee, for thou art my friend, that I wish the children of Karras were more mild-seeming.
Thou'rt not the first to be afeard of them, for their visage is wrought to strike terror into the enemies of Karras, or those who might consider becoming enemies.
Well, and it might. For it near strikes terror into mine own heart.
Thinkest thou thine own soft body of leaky flesh and wheezing gases is glorious to the eyes of the builder? Nay, 'tis thy soul that is the only thing of any worth. So 'tis with the children of Karras, for they are the blessed and immortal heirs of the builder, while I and thou are but the paltry tools that forged them.
As thou sayest.
What a fool. Karras would be well rid of that one. Dost thou know whether the sheriff hath arrived?
The sheriff? What doth he here?
In Karras' name, man, hast thou been stuffing leaves in thine ears? Hast thou not heard about the meeting?
Oh, the meeting. I had forgotten that today was the date.
Fa! Thou hast no idea what I speak on. Thou must learn to pay more attention, lest thee find thyself fallen by the wayside as the future passes thee by. And behold, a man will come unto thee, and he will be a leader of men. And he will be a wager of war, and he will be a shedder of sap, and he will be a spiller of blood. Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing jungle that lies beyond the house of Karras.
Disturb them. I can hear the meeting just fine from out here.
Behold, Sheriff Truitt, from the lowly street rat emerges the loyal worker,
that which I call the servant.
This is one of the tramps I delivered to you? The transformation is spectacular.
And neither want nor worry has he.
Lucky fellow. Strange you should mention worries, Karras, because I do have one. It's not that the money's not right, no, it's just that I need to be convinced you've taken the proper precautions. The Truant name is untainted by scandal, and I will not be the one to bring it humiliation and ruin.
Trust thee in me, for 'tis the builder himself who guides me, and the Baron need never know.
Yes. I'm glad your builder guides you, but it would make me feel even more confident if you were to let me in on your whole scheme. Come now, what's the crux of it all, eh, Karras? Show me what's so special about your new servants.
'Tis impossible to hide anything from you, good sheriff. I will give thee full explanation then, in the form of a demonstration. The visual in this instance would far surpass any verbal elaborations I could relate, but I must ask thee to step away from the masked servant, that's right. And meanwhile I will retrieve our volunteer, a most unfortunate gutter snipe who waits just outside. Come, come, gentle beggar, and stand thee just there, next to the masked man. Yes. Now, all is in readiness, so keep thine eyes on the new arrival, whilst I signal the servant. Thusly.
My word! The mask emits a red vapor!
Continue thy observations, Truant.
But it consumes them! We are in peril!
Fear thee not, stout sheriff, for we are safe at this distance. See, already the reaction ceases.
They are gone! And what remains in their stead? Sand? No. Rust.
Indeed, 'tis very much like rust and harmless once settled. Brother Fegan, I pray thee, do sweep up what is left of those two.
Yes. A weapon, then! Quite fantastic! And monstrous. Of course, you'll keep these servants you're making away from me and my men?
Thou need not even ask.
Then we are in agreement. You need subjects for your servant project, and I can supply them. Vagabonds, street scum, prostitutes, those who will not be missed by anyone of consequence. They'll be rounded up, charges invented, etc. Still, there's always risk. So I will give you 20, no more. For your part, you'll remember to keep our transactions absolutely secret. And of course, deliver my payment in advance, in full, tomorrow. I don't trust you, Karras, so you'll receive the subjects only after I confirm the payment. Well, our business here is finished.
Yes. Very well, Truant. Now see, friends, with the builder's efficiency, I have completed 2 tasks with but 1 effort. Firstly, I did secure 20 subjects to be transformed into servants, as you heard. And secondly, I secured the loyalty of the wary Sheriff Truant. Yes, his loyalty. Truant fears scandal. Yet his actions of late could bring him that or worse, if ever made public. Now, behold my wax cylinder machine. I've used it to capture the sheriff's very words, even as they moved through the air today. Hearken, friends.
And I can supply them. Vagabonds, street scum, prostitutes, those who will not be missed by anyone of consequence.
With his voice thus preserved, Truant dare not betray me, or he'll have the scandal he fears so much. Brother Fegan, thou wilt see to it that this wax cylinder machine gets safely to the bank on the morrow. You will find the safety deposit box key in the west tower. Friends, we are adjourned. Return now to your duties.
I'd like to get a copy of that key myself.
upon it! Never shall I finish my design. The springs and gears conspire and confound me.
Calm, friend, calm. On the morrow let me come by thy workbench and help thee untangle things.
I would be most grateful, couldst thou help?
'Tis nothing. Think on it as the copper and tin mingle to make the stronger bronze. So dost we each mingle and flow together in Karras' forge to make stronger as well.
Thou art wise.
'Tis Karras who is truly wise. His bounty and the machines we construct shall help all of humanity in the coming times, and all shall know his wisdom.
I will be glad to have this wretched task behind me that I might move to a more profitable position.
I'm not surprised that the mechanists aren't the saints they claim to be. No one in the city is. But at least they've done me the favor of recording the incriminating meeting they had with Sheriff Truart. That recording should let me exert a little pressure on Truart to find out who hired him to kill me. But I'll have to acquire it first. The mechanists put the recording in a safety deposit box earlier today, but since I have a copy of the key, I should be able to open it. It didn't take much to learn that the mechanists do all their banking with First City Bank and Trust, one of the wealthiest establishments in town, catering to the financial needs of the city's upper crust. The bank vault is a huge tower, and I'm sure the safety deposit boxes are inside. Once inside the bank, I'll visit the Hall of Records and do a little snooping to find out which box belongs to the mechanists. Then I'll need to find a way to get inside the vault itself, grab the recording, and get out. No doubt the bank is well protected by mechanist security machines, in addition to the usual guard contingent. Risky, but you know I've always wanted a good enough excuse to break into First City Bank and Trust. But I always thought I'd be taking the risk just for the money. It's time for a face-to-face chat with my old friend Sheriff Truart. Work out our differences. Show him the little piece of evidence that I lifted from the mechanists. I'm sure he'll appreciate the consequences if this were to be made public. Truart was acting for somebody when his cronies ambushed me back at the crippled Burrick Inn. I bet he'll be happy to tell me who that was. It was cocktail night at Truart Estate, which meant I needed to wait until all the guests had cleared out. Truart has beefed up security since becoming sheriff, so breaking in may prove to be a little difficult. Hopefully some drunken guest left me an open door. By the time I find my way in, the sheriff will be fast asleep. I watched the last guest leave about an hour ago, and the servants are no doubt cleaning up while the rest of the house turns in for the night. Now to find my way over that wall.
I think you're a sleepy. Not me. See you napping a bit. Dreams it you did.
What's that? Hey, someone's at the boat.
always nothing. It's never anything exciting.
Halt! Who goes there? It's me, you taffer.
Can you believe this mess they expect us to clean up? There was some moron passed out drunk under the table in the ballroom, and it looks like they had a food fight in there.
Bunch of taffers in this city. I caught some woman in the kitchen earlier with a guilty look on her face. She was probably stealing the silverware.
The sheriff certainly keeps, how should I say it, eccentric company. I'm definitely not looking forward to the next dinner party he throws.
Me neither. Hey, listen, I'd love to sit and chat, but I got a huge mess to clean up in the ballroom. So I'll catch you later.
Hey! Did you try any of that food left over from the night's dinner party?
Are you kidding? Not even rats would touch that garbage.
Well, I liked it. And I'm gonna go down to the kitchen and get me some more of it.
We'll have fun, Taffer. I'm gonna go look for old Benny. I bet he's getting drunk in the game room again. Oh, don't trip over your own feet in the dark again. This time, try turning on the lights.
I'll see if I can find the switch. And tell Benny I'll save him some tasty morsels in the kitchen.
I can't believe that some taffer went and spilt mead all over that rug!
Benny, you spilled the mead on the rug. Anyway, someone is on their way up to clean it up already.
But you don't understand! These taffers have no respect for such beautiful things!
Benny, I think you've had too much to drink. Aren't you supposed to be on duty?
So, what if I am, huh? Anyways, I work better when I'm drunk. It makes me fearless. If I see a bad guy, I'll just point my sword at him and say, "Hey, bad guy, you're not supposed to be here. Go home or I'll stick you with my sword till you go, ouch, I'm dead!" See? Ain't no one gonna be messing with old Benny.
Whatever, Benny. I think you should go sleep it off. No more mead for you.
Hurry! Sound the alarms! Seal off the area!
Why? What happened?
Sheriff Truart has been killed! The killer must still be in the building!
What? The sheriff's been murdered? How?
I don't know! Sound the alarms! Get help! There's a murderer loose!
Truart's been murdered! Find the killer!
Damn, someone beat me to the sheriff. I better keep a low profile or else I'll be pinned as the killer.
heard a commotion coming from Truett's room, but on my way to check it out, it stopped. When I got to the room, I swear I saw a dark shape running off. I should have taken a shot at him. That's when we saw the boss had been killed.
Did you get a look at the killer's face?
Nah, it was too fast. It was standing right over his body, and I must have spooked it. When it saw me, it flew right out the doors and off the balcony. I never seen anything move like that. It couldn't have been human.
Don't tell me. You think a monster killed the sheriff?
Like I said, I don't know what it was. I'm glad I wasn't in the room when that thing was ripping up the sheriff. No one should have to die like that.
There's probably something in this room that will tell me who killed Truett. Ah, this is what I'm looking for. Things are getting very complicated. Even with Truett dead, my problems are far from over, and whoever hired the sheriff to kill me is still out there. The key ring I found at Truett's house belongs to Lieutenant Mosley of the City Watch, but it turns out she has an alibi for the murder itself. Still, she's probably neck deep in this whole mess. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like that. So I started following Mosley. I knew sooner or later she'd have to tip her hand and contact her friends, and sure enough, she just left the local watch station well before schedule, carrying a letter. This is my chance. If I can trail her without being spotted, I should be able to find out who's on the other end of this little conspiracy.
Well, looks like it's peaceful again.
Lieutenant Mosley, out for a little stroll. Let's see where you take me.
What was that?
He's gonna be sorry his mother ever taught him how to read.
Somehow I doubt she dropped her note by accident. I better see what it says.
Better be taffing around down here. Not as exciting as I thought.
Flash, something moves. Should be okay. Air for swiftness, earth for strength, water for thought. Air for swiftness, earth for... No one.
I hate night watch.
Always so tired now. Can't remember when I had a good dark sleep. Always so much to do. Wonder what it was. Air for swiftness, earth for strength. Just the wind silences behind.
We darest not venture in there. Cemeteries are no place for the living to be treading about at night.
Perhaps we should return home and forge the backbone.
Why enter there? 'Tis the only exit, and thou didst hit him with thy bolts. If he dost not come out, then surely he hath bled unto death.
Very well. Quiet thy fearful heart, and we shall remain here.
A cemetery. That's original. Where did he go? Guess there must be another way out of here after all. Wasn't expecting that. Time to go. The portal from the graveyard deposited me in a grove of trees, and the wounded pagan I was following is nowhere in sight. He's carrying Mosley's letter, and I'd still like to know where he's heading with it. My plan is to track him and find out what's been going on. The pagan has a head start in what is probably familiar territory to him, but there's some blood on the ground. I'm hoping he's in too much of a hurry to stop and tend to that wound, so he'll leave a trail of blood that I can follow. That's unless he bleeds to death before he gets where he's going. Meanwhile, I have no idea where I am or what I'll be up against, and even if I did, there's no going back for supplies. If I believed in it, now would be a good time for me to wish for luck.
Garrett.
Victoria.
Garrett, who is it you wish to fight? Me? Or my Thistlades? Or the Sycamore?
Just you.
I am not the enemy, Garrett, nor anyone here. Here is your enemy. Mechanists. It's no secret that they wish to destroy you, too. Hero that you are. Regardless, you will join us in our struggle against them.
Join you? Not really my first choice.
Choice? My choice is to avenge the death of a friend. You understand nothing of suffering and duty. Pathetic man fool. In one moment I could... The past is the past. Now we have an enemy in common. Even you must see that this is so.
I seem to have a lot of enemies lately. Anyway, you have matters well in hand.
It is true that I am powerful, but I draw my strength from this place.
Where the mechanists are, I am not so assured of victory.
Pity.
I have no time for your vengeful thoughts and biting words. But be assured, Garrett, you are stronger with us than without us. We have been watching the mechanists for 3 moons. Pagan agents are posted in every sector of the city. Your report, Larkspur.
1 loss in the old city, and 2 more in Dayport.
Sometimes enemies must join forces to overcome a more terrible foe. So tell me, Garrett, yes or no? Are we agreed to work together, sharing knowledge and skills against the mechanists? I put vengeance aside. The Earth keeps my promise for me. Now you have my oath on it. I'm cursed if I break the covenant. Now your answer.
I agree that...
Good. The Earth keeps your promise for you.
The new scripture of the Master Builder?
Karras is rewriting ancient hammer texts. But to what end, we don't know.
So you want me to find out?
Yes, but there's a more pressing problem. Karras is throwing a ball for the local nobility at Angel Watch, the new mechanist tower in Dayport. We need to know what he is up to. You have to be there, Garrett. Tonight, while the party is in progress.
Angel Watch? Is this how our arrangement is going to work? You coming up with ways for me to get myself killed?
Is this really Garrett, the master thief I hear talking? If danger is going to be a problem for you, then...
Just give me the details.
Security at the tower will be extra heavy with the city's nobility in attendance. So gaining entrance will be difficult.
For you, maybe. But I won't be knocking on the front door. The rooftops aren't called the Thieves' Highway for nothing.
I have some equipment for you. You should begin immediately. And also...
Remember to pickpocket the party guests?
You must find out whatever you can about the Cetus Project, a name our agents have overheard repeatedly. Karras has an office in the tower. Try to obtain some information there.
Brilliant idea. Try to find information about Karras' secret project in his office.
You do remember who the enemy is, don't you, Garrett?
If your information is wrong, and I end up risking my neck for nothing, this arrangement is over. Then try asking me that question again. Hey, the city looks almost bearable from up here. If I follow this road north, it should take me right to the Mechanist Tower.
And I'm telling you that the only stench heartier than your rotting burrick of a master is the liquor on his fetid breath. If he comes near Lady Van Vernon again, we'll boil his knickers.
Oh, mighty fine words coming from a knock-kneed, inbred page boy such as yourself. Our good Master Willie wouldn't be caught near that frumpy little trollop unless he were holding her back at the end of a halberd.
How dare you defile the name of someone so good and virtuous as the Lady Van Vernon? Our lady is a saint among mortal women, an angel so pure the heavens couldn't hold her.
Ah, your lady, an angel? You're lucky the dockside whore keeps aren't bashing down her door for stealing their clientele. Why, just last night, I saw her out back, warming up the stable boy.
Such slander will not be tolerated while we're on watch! You'd best run and rescue your helpless limp lord before he flounders in his own vomit, or wakes up naked in a hen coop! Scurry off, or you'll require some unnecessary ventilation!
Is that a threat, you shriveled old maid? You gonna prick us with your sewing needles? On this side of the street, we shoot like soldiers, so don't make promises your arrows can't keep.
You've gone too far this time, you camel-man and tunic-wearing mollycoddle! An arrow in the throat that'll shut you up!
Have at thee!
What the?
Oh, I've got trouble here.
Whoa. What happened here? It's a long way down. Careful.
Who's making those noises?
All right, show's over, thief! Come back out here, you taffer!
Taffer? What the hell is a taffer, anyway? I hate modern trends.
What's that?
Ah! Help! Help!
No
What
need
was that,
for
a what?
alarm, ladies. Just
Guards,
passing through.
Come over here!
So, that's the castle of the future. I'll take my tenement any day of the week. That wasn't so tough. Maybe tower security isn't as tight as I thought.
These are strange times indeed, when the builders chosen must cater to the folly of the unworthy, giving these servants as gifts.
Dost thou doubt the wisdom of Karras? Perhaps he should know of thy insubordination.
Nay, Vilnia. I meant no ill.
Good. Then hold thy tongue and do as ordered. Remember, the servants are but a masterful deception. Master Karras has the ability to control them himself wheresoever he be. In the end, they shall serve the will of the builder.
Ah, yes. The rust gas. It's just that they look so very weak, so unlike weapons.
Yes, they do. The better to serve our purposes. For now, our task is to make these fools happy. So stay thou alert, but remain friendly. I shall be back in due time.
Into position will be thy place.
I worship thee, O Karras. I will vanquish thy enemies. I will tear thy foes into pieces.
Brunel's clear. Quiet once more.
Message number 1 of 6.
Is functioning? Oh. My good guest, welcome to Angel Watch. I have gathered you here, citizens of exceptional breeding, for a fine and festive evening. The builder's work never ceases. Thus I am not able to attend in person, but I am present in heart and voice, as you can plainly hear. Blackmail will be your host in my absence. Now, our evening together begins. I pray your spirits do not suffer from my absence. I present to each a gift. The most wondrous yet of my innovations, a living worker suited to all household tasks, ready always to perform your bidding. I call them the servants. The servant knows not how to lade or gossip. The servant knows only how to tirelessly perform thy will, be it cooking, cleaning, or gardening. Please accept them with my gratitude. But the tour continues. Pray do follow Vilnia once again. Enjoy the music and dance if thou wilt. On the morrow, when thou dost return home, your servant will be waiting for thee. Yes, they travel on their own. Indeed, on occasion they will leave your homes in response to a device I call the guiding beacon, and return to us for but small adjustments. Upon their return to your homes, better servants they'll be. I apologize yet again for my absence tonight, noble friends. Fare thee well.
So, Karras doesn't even show up for his own party.
That's the point, Margaret. Now they will be happy.
To serve the nobility is the highest privilege in life, of course. But slavery is just so distasteful.
No, not slaves, Margaret. Servants. You heard Mr. Karras. But why argue semantics? Before this, they were raving lunatics. Have you ever seen a lunatic prepare a stew? Or sweep a stable? Not a pretty sight, one can be sure of that.
Oh, Christopher, you're such a card. Oh, Karras did say the servants could garden. I wonder if they can plant azaleas or roses. We could use them to trim the lilac bushes as well.
You see, my dear, the servants can truly make you happy. Could there be a more noble purpose in life?
Oh, Christopher, stop!
I wonder what they're hiding in here. One thing's for sure, this Karras guy has lost his mind. What do we have here? I'm not even gonna comment.
Forge thou not the hammer, but be fortified with the builder's knowledge, and let then the higher things be wrought. Then shalt thou prosper.
Report, friend. Did thou notice anything unsavory?
The saplings did so unnatural trance that we feared before. And Karras said, Let us give thanks to the builder, for he hath formed my hands with fingers, and behold my fingers interlock with cogs, like cogs on a gear. I am part of his unbeholdable machine, therein lies my salvation.
That shut him up.
Greetings, Garrett. Thou art expected, though not precisely welcomed. Seem not so surprised. I have anticipated thine arrival, just as I now anticipate thy departure. Art thou a religious man? It is time to say thy prayers. Thy sins will be thine own undoing.
Time to get the goods and get out of here while I still can.
Hearken, mechanists! Tower security has been breached. God be well, all exits
for Karras and the builder!
Let not the intruder escape us.
After him!
Hearken, mechanists!
I shall
Tower
unroot
security
you,
has been
villainous
breached.
weed!
Treacherous
God be well, all
You are
exits
outmatched.
the streets and rooftops.
Let us
not
chop
the
this
intruder
sapling
escape
down.
us.
I am faster than thee, villain!
Mechanists!
I hate to admit it, but you were right about the new scripture of the Master Builder. Karras is up to something, and that book is his master plan. It's too bad he's gone into hiding, or I'd make him eat his words.
Karras is fanatical by nature, but now I fear his ambition as well.
Please help me.
You say he's giving these servants as gifts?
Yes, and they must be connected somehow to the scripture. The servants are weapons, and the nobles have just invited them into their homes. I should be so lucky.
And the schematics confirm what my agents presumed. Markham's Isle is the staging area for the Cetus project.
You knew about Markham's Isle? Do you know what it took to get into that office? I don't appreciate you wasting my time.
You are arrogant, Garrett. Yet, you underestimate your own importance to the cause. Your actions have been invaluable.
Do we know what the Cetus project is?
The schematics are too technical to decipher, but the name they reference, Brother Cavador, is the best lead we've had in months.
Then we need him. I'm sure you'd love to ask a high-ranking mechanist a few questions. I'll go see if I can't convince Cavador to come back with me.
There is much we could learn from him. Lotus, my agent on Markham's Isle, may have information on Cavador. Unfortunately, we've had no word from him for some time.
Then he got careless. I won't make the same mistake.
I have hope that Lotus is still alive. He's a faithful agent and a trusted friend. If you could find him, we would be in your debt.
I just hope you realize the risks I've been taking for you. It's not every day my services come so cheap.
If I were Cavador, where would I be? It's a long way up.
Forge thou not the hammer, but be fortified with the builder's knowledge, and let then the higher things be wrought. Then shalt thou prosper.
Why would they keep on ice? Lotus?
Still I breathes, mechanist.
I'm no mechanist. I'm Garrett.
Garrett, yes. The lady knows me you would come.
Knew I would come, but...
Hush, sneaky friend. Time runs out. There be's a mechanist named Cavador. Karras needs him. Relies he on his craftsy works. Karras always asking, needs he ever more and more from Cavador. The Cetus project, Cetus Amicus. horror of the seas. Horror of the seas. Must, tells the lady.
Don't worry. I'll find Cavador. Karras will be stopped.
You'll need... takes you the key. Beware. And... Garrett.
Yes, my friend. What can I do?
The cold feels nothing now. Garrett, I begs, return me to the green. Kill me!
That must be the Cetus Amicus. Guess I'll sneak aboard and have a look around.
Thou art new to the movement, friend.
'Tis the truth. Time past, I served the hammer, but my heart could no longer bear to see such hard times befall them, and such little spirit to carry on left. And 'tis clear to see that it profits little to be a hammer in these times.
Aye, many hath come in such a wise. 'Tis not a hard task to see that we are the future.
Thou wert not with the Order of the Hammer before?
Nay, those brothers were always too stern and righteous for my choice, and they turned their faces away from our Lord Karras when he spoke of progress. When I heard of the great works he had made since he left them, I came.
As a hammer, I was oft forced to withstand the silent scorn of the masses. But the garb of a mechanist carries much prestige with it.
to Markham's Isle looking for 3 things: Victoria's agent, the Cetus Project, and Brother Cavador. There wasn't much I could do to help old Lotus, but at least he passed on his information to me. And now I know more about the Cetus Project than I ever wanted to. They've built a ship that can sail underwater. Turns out this ugly iron fish is my link to Cavador. The only way I can reach him is to hitch a ride in its belly. Victoria had better appreciate all the trouble I'm going through. Of course, it's not enough just to find Brother Cavador at this mysterious KD site. I said I'd bring him back. In one piece. Maybe I should find some other way home. I'm cramped enough here without Cavador in tow. Besides, traveling mechanist style just doesn't agree with me. And as long as I'm going to their secret site, I might as well keep my eyes and ears open. Sometimes it's the smallest leak that makes the biggest difference. I'm back in the Lost City. I should have known. Guess I'll take the back door home.
No, my friend. I fear this cannot wait till evening.
Then you must seek out Brother Cavador, for he alone can aid you. No other here hath his understanding of the ancient ways.
I pray thee, tell me where I might find the good brother then? At his house?
Mayhap, though I think it unlikely. More likely he doth his daily work tours now.
What? Must I wander fallen Garrett's din till I find Brother Cavador then?
Nay, I think that not necessary. Seekest thou within? There thou shalt surely find a scroll with his intended path writ upon it. He hath the faithfulness of a child of Karras for the following of such schedules.
Ah, many thanks. May thy gears run smoothly.
And thine.
In truth, I know not what it was. Oh God, I'm hungry.
'Twas nothing then. The drums in mine ears do overly strum. The saplings did so unnatural prance that we feared the forms, most unholy wrought, and did falter and take flight. Till he that is Karras did raise us up against them, that we, one and next, did raise us up too. Name of the Master Builder, what can Lord Karras be thinking?
Guard thy tongue. If thou must invoke Lord Karras' name, do it with respect.
Hast thou not heard the new orders?
Nay, I keep my gears grinding, not sitting idle and gossiping.
Well, grind harder. Needs must we deliver not 1 crate, but 2 by the next reading of Scripture.
'Twill indeed be hard to meet such a goal. 'Twas hard enough before.
Aye, and wherefore such haste? Thousands of years this city hath held its secrets awaiting our eyes. Surely it can hold them another week or so.
What? Art thou a hammer to moan and whine? Surely there is no task that cannot be conquered with sufficient wit and skill. With Lord Karras as my example, I shall overcome, and so shalt thou.
Oh, aye. Any luck on thy hunting, friend?
Nay, not a single beast.
Good riddance, then. Noxious things. 'Twill be a better world, more worthy of the Master Builder's work, when not a single stinking burrick remains to plague it.
Certes, save I think that time is now. And yet, still we patrol, lest a burrick's ghost should disturb poor Brother Cavador. Why, he still wears his mask, as though he might be attacked at any minute.
Nay, speak not harshly of our brother and leader, for does he not speak with Karras' own voice? Bereft of his leadership, we should be rudderless. 'Tis only right and proper that he should guard himself most carefully.
May the Master Builder forgive my quick words. Thy words are true. I shall not let these dull caves weaken my faith, nor turn me from my duty.
Looks like I'm on the right track. Not this way.
What noise
Loyalty is the fuel that burns away the writhing jungle that lies beyond the house of Karras.
The builder will show all if 'tis meant to be revealed.
Into position weld thy plate, matching A unto A and B unto B, such that complete is thy seal, a barrier true that blocketh dust and dirt, the enemies of the goodly gear.
Just keep looking the other way.
Bring thy numbers
Murder!
together, friends!
That was bloody. Hey, get back here. Damn. Builder. Nighty-night. Now, how am I going to get out of here? Looks like my old route is still open.
Our guest, Cavador, just spilled his guts.
Not literally.
It wasn't necessary. Cavador was instructed to deliver two sorts of artifacts. Brass masks and
Those slave masks on Karras' servants?
some sort of agricultural device called a cultivator. 30 of each.
Each. So they're connected.
We have to assume so. Unfortunately, our efforts to secure a mask have been frustrated.
Listen, I think I know where we can lay our hands on one of those masks. There's a collector named Bram Gervasius with an interest in masks and headdresses. Last time I was down in the Lost City, he had a commission out for that sort of thing.
Gervasius? I've had an agent on his case, and apparently the mechanists have been making overtures.
3 guesses why. What can your agent give me on his house?
Gervasius is planning an exhibition. He's bringing his collection with him from his summer home. The private exhibit areas are on the top floor. Access is by elevator, controlled from the top floor. It's almost airtight.
Almost?
There's talk of a secret passage. Unfortunately, its location remains secret.
Then I'll need to find it. Now. We can't afford any delays later when the masks arrive. Karras is holed up inside the Mechanist Cathedral, and it looks like whatever he's up to, we're running out of time. Anybody home?
Sergeant Porter, it would appear that I erred in judgment.
Oh, hello, Hobart. Why is that?
Thou knowest how burdensome preparation of the mansion hath been for me. Steward Duma hath charged me with leading the construction in the ballroom, which goeth ever so slowly. He hath even demanded that all the clocks and other mechanist devices in the manor be inspected and repaired if there be faults found. Thy masters wish everything perfect for their celebration 2 weeks hence. 'Twas such a great task that in my haste I have misplaced my toolbox, which contained a part from one of the clocks.
So we have a clock that doesn't tell time. Won't be the first time in this place. I'm still amazed you got all the metal eyes working.
No, thou dost not understand. 'Tis that clock.
Well then, you better get looking and find that piece before Lord Gervasius gets back. He'll have your head otherwise. Good luck, Foreman Hobart.
Too much noise walking on this tile. What have we here? Huh. Not so secret anymore, is it? This is not good. Now that I've established such a close working relationship with Lord Gervasius's security systems, going back in for those masks shouldn't be too much trouble.
I hope we can count on the quality of this working relationship.
Gervasius's security systems are not the most dangerous thing I've ever worked with.
Do I have to ask what is?
We're on the clock. How has Karras been using the time we've had to wait?
He's been making some modifications to the Mechanist Cathedral, including some sort of valves or seals on the doors. Why, we don't know yet. Inside, it just looks like a huge factory, full of machines and equipment. Whatever it is, I'm sure it's tied into those precursor artifacts. The sooner we can get a hold of those, the sooner we'll know.
And get Karras off our backs.
And stop whatever he's planning.
Uh-huh. Don't wait up. I'll be working late.
Hello up there. How goes your watch?
Not too bad. Just catching a cold.
Nasty weather we're having. Makes me wish I was inside guarding one of them exhibits instead of out here in the rain. How come we got stuck on outdoor guard duty again?
We're guards. That's what we do.
Do you know anything about the exhibitions? I've heard stories that the masks they're gonna bring are magical and haunted.
I don't know, and I don't care. We go through this all the time. You ask these stupid questions and then something goes wrong. Lord Bafford, Lord Donald, Sheriff Truitt, we worked for all of them and always gotten fired because someone broke in, something got stolen, or someone got killed. I'm always too distracted answering your stupid questions. When this job is over, you're on your own. I'm done with you.
Hey, no need to get all heated about it.
Taffer.
Father Norrell, what's wrong?
Ah, my son. I have not seen thee for a moon's passage or more. Where hast thou been?
I've been on errands for Lord Gervasius, and just returned this night. 'Tis good fortune to be back in the city after so long.
Yet I fear I have naught but bad news for thee. Much hath changed. Lord Gervasius hath fallen to the influence of heresy. A false priest, a mechanist, now keeps my temple. He hath even removed the builder's shrine.
But why? What can my lord see in these heretics?
Their high priest professes to be a savior. Fickle, foolish nobles to be so seduced by mere baubles. Now they hang false icons in our halls, and speak naught but false prayers there. I have even heard that creatures not of the builder roam the upstairs halls. Ah! 'Tis a sorrowful time indeed.
Surely we will return to the old ways.
If there be a path to return by, I see it not. They who lead the city are blind to the folly of their ways. There are changes only for the worst these days.
Ah, child, didst not hear thee. Thou art so silent, I thought I was alone.
Let me go. Let me go.
So, thou likest my new dwelling as well. 'Twas high time I replaced that old dotard Norrell. There was naught he could do for these people save lead them into the muck that mires his own mind. That senile old fool doth not realize his time of faith is over.
Someone free me, I beg you. Free me. Free me.
Following Lord Karras, 'twas so easy to lure Gervasius with choice baubles. Soon his exhibition will introduce more nobility to the wonders of our faith. They shall wander through halls rendered safe by our craft, and be served by such docile helpers as thee. They shall gaze upon the wonders of fallen civilizations and watch as we make it an attainable reality. How can they resist?
Why do you do this to me? Why do you do this to me?
Meanwhile, I will attend to Norrell's former flock. 'Twas some effort, bending Gervasius to our will, but with Steward Duma's help and the right temptation, 'twas not that difficult.
Someone kill me.
Here we go. Cultivator. That must be what Karras is writing to Gervasius about. What a nice bonus.
Don't. The reaction will continue if it finds more organic material.
For how long?
It seems that when all the rust gas settles into dust, then it is safe. Garrett, for what purpose would the mechanists use these cultivators?
Well, we know Karras has installed them in the masks of the servants.
Yes.
And the servants have been placed in the homes of the wealthy.
Yes! The homes with the gardens. The plants there could sustain a reaction large enough to destroy everything.
Yes, we must think of a plan.
No, there's no time to think. We must go to the Mechanist Cathedral. The beacon you've heard about. You could find it. Try to activate it. To draw the servants to the cathedral. Then you must somehow get Karras to signal them to release the rust gas. You see, if I fill the cathedral with plants, enough to fuel a chain reaction, then it should cause the same effect we just saw. But it would take Karras with it instead of the city. Remember, the cathedral is sealed, airtight.
If we can get into the Mechanist Cathedral, if you fill it with plants, if I can find, let alone activate the beacon, all without being detected, that's too risky. We'll be killed.
Karras created these devices to destroy all that we know. And now they are in place. He needs only say the word. There is no more time. We must act. Are you too blind to see that?
Your plan is suicide. I'll think of a better way. And I work alone.
Diane, Larkspur, I need to speak with you. Now.
I am here against the wishes of the Keeper Council. I am here as your friend, Garrett. Listen. Victoria has begun an assault on the Mechanist Cathedral.
No.
I hope the glyphs are wrong.
Face me yourself, man fool!
Victoria!
Garrett! I failed! This is not enough plant life to sustain the reaction. These mechanical beasts detected me. But there is one more thing I can do. Then it will be up to you, my good thief.
Wait, Victoria, let's get... Victoria!
Just a friend.
I planned enough!
Karras.
Stood the master builder upon the ground, and he saw that the ground was good and clean. No grasses marred his path, nay, not a wisp of vilest weed did spoil his view. Let thy furnace be fueled, fuelless. Let thy buildings be sound, fuelless. Let thy foes be vanquished, and all thine endeavors be a blessing unto thee. Father, fuel us now. Took me away from the boundary mother and said, Thou art the child of my endeavors. Follow me and thou shalt inherit the earth.
All this? It was written?
All?
Victoria's death? And Karras? Was it written in your books?
All is as it was written.
And there's more.
Yes.
Tell me.